want to change oil in this today. Get this back down here. This is a 2025 Hisun Pursuit 750, which is kind of like the Strikers and all them as far as engine-wise goes. One thing about it, it has a cartridge filter. It doesn't have a screw-on filter. It makes it a little more difficult. And right down there is where you put the oil in. Right there where that black plug is at. But it does have a dipstick up here in the front. Pull the seat up. Let me get over there and take his cover off. This one here is for the battery. That over there is for the fuel tank. The dipstick is right there. You can't really see it from here, but not too bad to get to. Yeah, it's down there in that dark hole. Right there. It's a dipstick. And we'll look at that later. To do this, you'll need a 19mm socket and an 8mm socket to take the oil cap off with. Is a 19mm for the oil cap. It's got a spring and a screen behind it, and you got to watch out for that. And the oil filter, it has 3 8mm headed bolts. I think they're probably a 6mm thread. So anyway, we'll get down there and look at that here in just a second. All right, this right here, that's where the oil filter's at. I might always jack this up a little bit higher, but right there is the oil plug. You can't really see it, but it's there. I want to take it out first and see how big a mess I can make all over myself. It's best to use a 6-point socket because I heard these things be kind of tight. It's just a little aluminum thin cap, so see if this helps any. Get this light down here. Yeah, I can see fine, but I don't know about that thing. I don't know if I get oil all over everything. This is, like I said, it's a pretty good old cap. Not too bad. Bad thing is that spring under there, and it's going to spring out everywhere. So we'll see what happens. I've changed oil more stuff than this, believe me. Most of the stuff I change oil in, when I do have to do it anymore, holds about 15 gallons. Back it up a little bit more because it's going to make a mess. This is a metal skid plate, and it doesn't come out. Put screens up in there. Yeah, that looks fairly clean. All right, not sure y'all tired of watching oil drip. Let me get over here and start working on this filter. I might should have got me an electric ratchet, but I don't think this has no spring under it. Most Yamahas, Kawasaki, and all them, they say 24 or 25 hours, but these here, they say want you to do it in 10 hours. This is a different engine they used, I think, 2 years ago. They came out this year, which a lot of them have this right here. But the ones they used to have in these had a filter on top, screw-on filter. Looks like there's too much metal in that. There's not supposed to be, but I said that filter's a little hard to get out. All right, I went and got a pick. That there, I think, is the relief for the bypass valve. See if I can get this out of here. Probably splash down in the pan. Get all over everything. Filter. I'm not going to be using that one, so I just pull it out by that bypass valve. And that's that. All right, I got this all cleaned up. Put a new O-ring on it. It's too hard to get my phone out from under here, but I got a new O-ring. Put a little oil around the O-ring. Cleaned up that little screen. Look, just, yep, there goes that. Hold on. Clean it up again. All right, here goes again. See if I have a little bit better luck. Next time I'll put this up a little bit higher where I can get up under there, so I know what to expect. You just get that started by hand, tighten it down. I don't have no torque specs for this or anything, so I'll just tighten it down about that tight. Kind of just stops. That ought to be good. There's that. Now I'll get the oil filter. All right, I put a little bit of oil on the end of that oil filter, and I think it will go up in there and stay by itself. Let's smash that up in there. The other one's kind of smashed pretty tight. Wipe that off again. Put this cap on. Bolt started. Put a little grease on that O-ring. See if I can get that to pop up in there. Yeah, like so. Grab this. Yep, get out of my cordless ratchet next time. Some of this oil off my hands. I don't edit this, so it'll be a long video. Check. Oh, there you go. That's why I don't edit. We're still going. Well, you got the idea right there. I want to tighten that up. I want to get back out from under here. All right, that's a 18-inch long funnel, and that fits pretty good. And you're supposed to use like motorcycle oil, 10W40 with wet clutch. This is actually what I got from the dealer that I bought it from. This is actually a liter of oil, 33.8 ounces. But it has to have that JSO MA2 rating on it for the wet clutches inside. So it takes 2.2 quarts. And I don't know if these 2 liters will be 2.2 quarts. I think I need a little bit more. I got 3 quarts or 3 liters. Kind of cool out here this morning. One down. Since he gave me this oil, I want to use it, but next time I'll probably just use Valvoline ATV, UTV oil. This is made for wet clutches and stuff. Yeah, I drove to Paris, Texas and picked this up. About 4.5 hours from the house. We're up here in Mansfield, Arkansas. Let that run down in there and I'll check it. Then we'll start it up. Yeah, 2 liters. Put it right there. Let me see if we can see that. Right there by that top full mark. The time I start it up, it circulates. And anyway, y'all take my word for it. It's full. I'm going to start it up here in just a second. All right, that's changed. It's to the full mark. Now I'm going to move that seat and I'm going to start it up. Let it run for a minute and then I'll check it again. You got to mash the brake to start it. Then we'll look down there and check for leaks. Didn't see no leaks. Check it again. And it's sealed right there. Just a tiny little bit below right there, but time it warms it up and all, it'll be good. Well, everybody, that's how you change oil in a 2025 Hisun 750 engine. But there's even some of the 550s and all of them have that same oddball oil filter and drain plug. It's kind of made after some of the Yamahas because they have that thing too back, well, I think they still do on some of their motors, because you can look on eBay and find the parts. And they list a lot of Yamaha parts. And there's the Hisun filtered right there that came off of it. But it went back on it. And then there's the O-ring for the drain plug. Now, I didn't have an O-ring for the oil filter because they hadn't shipped that to me yet. But if anybody's ever reused the O-ring for, I have hundreds of times and never had no bad luck. So maybe this will be one of them. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.